Okay, happy Monday, everyone. First official trading day for me in 2026. I hope you guys are having a great morning so far. We've got André on. What's up? Morning, André.
What's up?
Yes, sir. Markets are moving higher overnight. All of the Mag 7 green except Meta. And yeah, it does look like things are. I like this level of 940 to be taken out, which is still 10 points higher. But reclaiming that move that we saw on Friday, how's everything going your side? What you looking at this morning?
Good, bro.
You sound a little bit echoey. Just a little bit echoey.
Thank you for.
Yeah, I think it's got the wrong sound down.
Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Yep.
That's better even now.
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. Great. All right. So.
Get your screen up.
Yep.
Yeah, so as I said, previous day's highs from the extended market hours is 940, 940, 939. That's what I like there. NASDAQ kind of leading the charge here. But still trading as an inside day at the moment. YM's the only one that's actually taken out the previous day's highs. So that will be interesting. And yeah, we obviously go through to the edgeful data, get that up and running. There you go.
Look what I have.
Let's have a look. There you go. The view app there. That's sick. Yes, sir.
So the way that this thing works.
Yep.
It's not done yet. I said just
that's
the first.
Sick, bro. So it's got the weekly, daily, and the New York Open, and then and then you can have a custom as well. That's super cool.
Yeah. So if we go to replay mode for a second.
Hey, that's super cool. I actually had a few people reach out to me and ask.
I'll make it really big just so everyone can see how it works. I'm just in replay mode right now, but just you'll see how this works. So it's changing, and now you can see like some of them are above, the other ones are below. And then you'll see like as price, like one of them is further above or not, or whatever else, like you can see it all dynamically up here. So James, as a VWAP user, what would you want to add to this?
Bro, honestly, that's really cool. I mean, it shows you if above or below the New York. I only really use the New York, the daily, and the weekly. Yeah, so maybe one other, the custom that I probably would put there is the previous day's New York VWAP Open.
Okay. Yeah. But you can have it pretty much like anchored to anything. The custom will be like anchored to anything. But yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah. No, that's super cool. So the custom, you can anchor it to previous days New York Open.
You can do like I see a comment here, maybe monthly VWAP. Yeah, you can add whatever.
You can add it. Can you add multiple custom ones?
As of right now, I don't have it built in, but yeah, I mean, like this is something that we're going to be like building on over time. Like the same way anyone who has our indicators, you'll see that we like push updates to them all the time. So this will be obviously another one to add, like push updates to, and then again, like it's just going to give you more context, more information. Like it's not going to, obviously these are not signals. Like this is just going to give you more information for anyone who trades VWAP. Like if you just look at the New York Open and the daily VWAP, like you'll be able to see the difference and right here on your screen. So there's still a lot to add to this. No, it's not available at the moment, but I need to add things like, for example, the custom piece is not working yet. Like we need to be able to pick a day and a time, not like the calculation. So I just wanted to see if this worked first, but yeah, everything is customizable in terms of like what actually goes in here.
Sure.
So yeah, I just wanted to show that first.
Yeah, that's sick.
All right.
I like it.
Yeah, so let's
yeah, making sure.
So as I look through, like NQ right now, if we look at Friday's range, what we have is right over here to here. Can I add a midpoint here? No. Okay, pretty much. Okay. So NQ, I'm going to give you like my analysis right now on what I'm seeing. Very big range on Friday. And what I'm seeing right now is that it's very likely that we open above the midpoint of this range here. So let me open up edgeful. And what we're seeing here, inside bars by open breaks down whether price opens in this area, right? So between above the midpoint, but we're still within the range, or below the midpoint within the range. So pretty much what we're saying is, how often does price open within this area here or this area here? And then how does that affect what side breaks out of yesterday's range? So let me just undo that. And what we see here is that inside bars by open opened above the midpoint 63% of all the time, every day, that opened in this area. So that means above the yellow line and below previous day's high. 63% of the time, the breakout is going to be to the top side. So I'm leaning bullish, right? I'm leaning towards a break of previous day's high. Now,
agreed.
Mondays, which we cover pretty often, and this can change, obviously. This actually used to be a lot stronger a couple of years ago. But Mondays, 61% of the time on NQ are going to close green. So that's another bullish sentiment for me in the morning. Let's go to gap fill by weekday. Gap fill by weekday, gaps up on Mondays, 74% of them have not filled. So if I put on my ultimate reversal indicator, you're going to see right over here, right here is my gap fill area. What's happening today? There's a gap up. Pretty decent gap up too. So what am I expecting? I am not expecting price to do something like this, right? I'm not expecting price to break previous day's low. I'm not expecting price to fill the gap. I am expecting price to break previous day's high. Does that make sense so far? If anyone has questions, obviously let me know.
Yep.
Then,
yeah, I like.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and you go to previous day's range by weekday.
Yeah, it's when do you think the indicator will be available? Some of the guys are asking the viewer.
So one thing that we're doing is we're building out premium indicators. And right now, so we're looking to add a lot of premium indicators to the algo plan. So we might need to change the name of the algo plan. But what my intention is to build premium indicators for the algo plan so people can use more than just the algos in the algo plan. Like, we want to really create more for a daily use for users in that plan. So this VWAP indicator is very likely going to be only in the algo plan. And right now it's very basic, but we're going to be adding, for example, alerts, and we're going to be adding a lot more, which I'm not going to go into right now, to this indicator, as well as a bunch of other ones. Now, this by itself, this individual indicator is not going to like revolutionize your trading, but when you have 5 of these that you use on a daily basis, like you cycle through at different times of the day or whatever else, that's where it really could make an impact. So individually, one of these is not going to really make that big of a difference, but when you use them in aggregate, that's where it's going to make a difference in your trading. So that's the idea of really building out that more of a diverse offering for the premium edgeful plan. So there's that.
Yeah.
And just give me 1 second.
Yeah, we got the open here in 5 minutes. Looks
Yeah.
like NVIDIA's going to be gapping up again, back up that level that we sold off on Friday. Some of the stocks are ripping. I know, obviously, because of the geopolitical reasons, some of these stocks are up like 7-8% pre-market. CVX is up. Some of the guys that were speaking on Twitter that I was just having a look at, they were saying that some of these stocks are going to be in play. Palantir is up 4.52% pre-market. They're definitely bouncing off of those Friday lows. Yeah. Yeah. AMD is up 3%.
There's something else that I want to show you guys. Maybe we should add this to the new what's in play, which obviously I'll cover in just a second. But what we have here is a 3-day setup. Day 1 is right over here, right? So this is in the New York session. Day 1. Day 2 engulfs day 1, right? You can see the high is above previous day 1's high. The low is below day 2's low. Now, what this report is measuring, it's called the engulfing candles, and it's a sub-report called by daily candle, is if day 2 engulfs day 1, based on the direction of day 2, what is likely to happen day 3? And if we look at the last 3 months, when day 2 is red, 80% of the time, day 3 is green. So what that means is it is very likely, and now it's only 5 days, so keep that in mind. It only set up 5 times, but when day 2 is red, which it was on Friday, it is very likely, granted this is only 5 days, it is very likely that today is going to be green. So that is another bullish confluence to tell me that I want to pretty much like eat up this move down. Like I want this to reverse. And that's what's happened in the last 3 months. 4 out of 5 times this setup, or 80% of the time, this day has been green. So that means that you can expect today, with all the other confluence that I gave you, to be green. So I hope that's helpful, guys. But
yeah, Mondays also have been quite a typical bullish day in the last couple. Mondays, green and red days by weekday, that report.
Yeah.
We do have ISM manufacturing PMI at 10 a.m. Eastern time today, so just keep that in mind.
Perfect.
Yeah, green and red days by weekday. Let's have a look at ES. Let's go to extended market hours. So daily. Yeah, in the last 6 months, Mondays have been 61%. Actually, Wednesdays have actually overtaken Mondays in the last 6 months. Can go last 2 years.
I tell people all the time, this stuff changes so often, and people refuse to believe me. Honestly, it's
they just they look at it once of our stream or something. They're like, okay, I'll just trade that, and then they wonder why It's like same as leaving the algos for 7 months and
it's like, dude, what are you doing? Of course that's not going to work. So
I was explaining those algos to one of my friends. He doesn't trade, but he was like, I want to get into the algos. I'm like, it's a lot more work than just plugging it in and leaving it alone.
100%, dude. And that's I wish that there was something that I can do to tell people, to show people that a lot of their trading issues are mostly psychological, to be honest. That they're just too impatient, or they're just too greedy, or they're I don't know. I just think that, and there's the market open. Wow, look at these zones that I had from Friday. That short that I didn't take, which was terrible. Jesus.
Do you ever enter the pre-market before the market opens with all the stats pointing higher? You can, but sometimes you can see, obviously we're getting a wick higher, but you can see price start to, you can get a wick lower before you end up
Yeah.
we end the move higher. So it can be done, but it's a little bit more tricky in my opinion.
Wow, ES already broke previous day's high, Friday's high.
Yeah.
ES way stronger than NQ right now.
Why
in the overnight.
Yeah.
So, and right over here, using the HTF candles indicator, anyone who has an edgeful sub will get access to this. What this does is you'll be able to see what the recent candles are doing. So this is the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour timeframes. You can see very obviously a gigantic 4 hour candle here on ES and NQ. ES so far this morning is absolutely stronger than NQ without a doubt.
Look at YM, bro.
Oh wow, Broadcom is flipping too. I'm gonna look at YM now.
YM's up 200 points from the open.
Dude, opened above yesterday's high. Opened above Friday's high. That's crazy.
Yep. Just stay patient, guys.
Yeah, usually we like to wait a little bit in the morning. Like we won't usually, James and I usually won't take a trade on like within the first 15 minutes for the most part. For me, what I like to do is just have some structure to go off of. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll be able to understand and like as we go through today. But yeah, I just like something to go off of. Specifically in the New York session, I won't usually use too many significant levels from the overnight. Wow, NQ significantly weaker right now. Broadcom really selling off.
Yeah.
Meta, Apple not too bad.
Tesla's also coming down off those pre-market highs.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Hold on one sec.
Yeah, you're good. Let's get my screen up here. So I'm looking at NVDA here. We're trying to take out, we have broken previous day's highs on lower time frame. 5-minute closure is still going to happen. We've only been 2 minutes into the market open on 3 minutes. YM's just ripping. YM's ripping to the high side. NASDAQ coming back down, but we are trading still as an inside down that. What I mean is we haven't taken out the previous day's highs or lows. And then if we just look at broader watch list, Tesla's now flipping as well, looking like we want to move higher. Look at that wick on Tesla. Oof. So that could definitely look to rally, but I'm interested to see what we do get. There we go. So Tesla does look like we want to move higher. That 1 minute bar looks very, very good for longs, personally. So yeah, let's see what we do get. You want any trades or taking any trades right now?
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, I got Tesla. Looks like we do want to move higher on Tesla. Tesla 1 minute looks really, really bullish there. Just watching at the moment. I think maybe 457 could be in play on Tesla, previous day's highs. Look at that wick on it. Look at YM, bro. YM is up from the open, 264 points. Thanks for coming.
I'm first of all, I see that the what's in play and the screener are not working right now. We actually pushed an update to make them load faster, and I think something broke. But so I already messaged our CTO, so I'm going to text him too.
Yeah, look at that. Jeez. Apple down though.
So what's crazy is this divergence between ES and NQ. I mean, again,
Yeah.
I would be absolutely shocked if price breaks this previous New York low on NQ. But I feel like, honestly, this selling pressure is like pretty strong right now, especially seeing these moves on the major. Like Apple below Friday low is crazy.
Sure. Yeah. Apple down and Microsoft down on the Mag 7 at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes, hit that 940 that I was looking at. So we'll see what we do get. Dude, YM's just absolutely ripping. At previous week's highs already.
Dude, should I take my first YM trade ever?
Bro, YM, looking on daily chart, that bounce off the 21 EMA. I like using EMAs on the high time frame.
Yeah, pull up your chart. I'm curious what it's looking like.
Look at that. So on the daily time frame, we obviously came down off the highs. Literally bounced off that 21 EMA with that. Look at that massive wick, bro. We up 1,000 points since then.
What's like a normal range on YM?
In a day, anything from like 300 points plus. I mean, I can get
so a
the
200-point move in the first 10 minutes is
it's
crazy.
pretty big. Yeah, it is pretty big. I mean, the average daily range on YM at the moment is let's have a look. What's it printing at? Yeah, 300 points. So 340 points. So it's a big move at the open.
Yeah.
Oh, back to previous week's highs on it too. Look at Tesla, bro. Tesla now up 3%. Tesla's at a nice place, in my opinion, to be looking for longs. We're pulling back. We're back at the daily 50 EMA, which is a nice, from a positional trader, a nice position to be buying. We've come back down. Now maybe another leg higher. We're down off all-time highs on Tesla, 10%. So I'd say this is a nice position to be buying. If it cuts these lows here, you'll get out. I'm saying from a longer-term perspective, but even intraday looks pretty good.
You mean the 382 lows? Or the 430 lows?
436 lows. 436 lows. So here on the daily time frame, here's the lows here on that bar on Friday. If literally for the Friday's low, if it takes Friday's low, you don't want it.
I mean, dude, I feel like this base that's being built on Oracle is pretty solid for now you have areas up top to target.
Wow. That looks very, very strong on the intraday chart as well.
Yeah, I feel like even Oracle, just as a beneficiary of AI, like this earnings gap was like clearly totally unreasonable. And then it just sold off. And now it's building like some sort of base down here, which I really like. I like that it's sitting and kind of like hovering in this area. Meta did something similar, which I wish that I bought more of. The Meta chart looks very similar, where it like has been falling, kind of like building a base, a move higher, building a base again. I'm not saying it's going to go up, obviously. Like I'm personally buying Meta a lot. Obviously, that doesn't mean that you should, as a preface. But off of 800 to 600, anything below 600, I was a huge buyer. I had orders. I always talk about, let me just check this quickly. When I'm thinking about averaging in to a long-term position, setting orders, limit orders specifically, obviously, but that's what I mean by it, is setting limit orders at certain prices is a really great way for me to get into positions. So on Meta, when it was at 800, I had orders at 700. I had orders at 650, at 640, at 620, and then below 600, at 600 obviously, but also below, slightly below 600. And I had no orders below that because I was like, if this keeps going down, it's going to go to 480, and I don't want to be buying in the 500s. Like if it just keeps flushing, like I'm going to be like, I don't want to buy in too quickly. I want to like average in a little bit slower. But like what I'm seeing here, I mean, you can see my alerts here. I have a few alerts set, these like gray lines here. But, and obviously I turned off the 600 one because it was spamming my alerts. But that's the way that I do it. Like if I see an individual name that I like for example, sure, Oracle, I'll probably start to do this as well.
Yeah.
And just kind of zooming in from like a higher time frame. Okay, this is something like obviously is going to benefit from AI. Now, granted, I don't really know the details. I'll have to do like more research on like what Oracle does and like how it benefits from AI. Obviously, it's like software stuff, but I don't know exactly what their integration into AI is. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know what every company in the world does, obviously. But for Oracle, I want to just a little bit understand what they do, how it relates to AI, how it relates to NVIDIA, how it relates to the increase in, like as technology continues to move, obviously in one direction, meaning more technology, how are they going to benefit from that? So that's going to be something that I'll look for as it relates to Oracle to get in. But I like to set orders. Like that's the way that I like to do it.
Yeah, I mean, Oracle does look quite good intraday even now today. So let's see. Palantir's holding up. We've got Robinhood. Robinhood looks like we want to move to. I like Robinhood for bars as well on a daily time frame. But yeah, right now ES and NQ haven't really. I mean, the opening range on ES at the moment, we're sitting at
the what's in play is back.
12 points,
by the way.
Yeah, let's have a look.
The what's in play is back here, just so everyone knows. So it is live again.
Yeah, nice.
Just to kind of recap what the new what's in play does. So for anyone who doesn't know, we've added the ability to have the percentages on here. So what that means is before with the other what's in play, which I need to remake this video, but here, what you can see is there's no percentage. It doesn't tell you the gap fill percentage. It just tells you like information about what's happening, which was useful, but I think that this is infinitely more useful because we have the percentages and we rank them in that order. So what you have over here, first thing that I want to mention is that you have a filter for things that you want to see versus what you don't. So like if you're not interested in something that's 42%, you can filter it out, right? So if you want to look at only 65% and higher or 60% and higher, you can see what's setting up on your favorite tickers. In this case, I have ES and NQ. I have every report selected, which I will not be doing this. I will remove some of these reports, obviously.
Yeah.
But now I can see, okay, like ADR by weekday, like something I should be paying attention to. Is this a stat that I've memorized? No. But on ES, 80% of the time in the last 6 months, price is going to stay within the ADR. Like you should not expect these crazy moves on Monday, right? So 80% of the time, maybe that means I'm going to take my profits a little bit sooner. This is important to know. Inside bars, right over here, opened within yesterday's range. This is the report that I was talking about. Yeah, and zinc, by the way, I was just talking about that. Divergence on ES and NQ is insane.
Yeah.
ADR by weekday, 75%. Like these are the things, like on NQ, same thing, 76% of the time, price is going to stay within that ADR on a Monday. And for any of these, if you click on view details, so for inside bars on NQ, you click on view details, you can see where the current price is, that it opened within yesterday's range, and your bullish target and your bearish target. So you want to expect it to break, obviously, but here are your targets. And then you can see in the last 6 months, 62 times it broke out of the previous day's range, only 16 times or 21% of the time. It hasn't. So ES it already did, right? Right over here, you can see ES already broke out because this is the red line from the ultimate reversal setup indicator. That's also why you don't see the ES inside bars report in play. Where is that report? We scroll down to completed. You're going to see it right over here. ES inside bars, completed. Because it already broke out. You don't need to know that anymore. It's not something in play, obviously. This stat already played out. That's why it comes down here in the completed section, right? So this is a really easy way to see what's setting up right now that you should be focusing on. And a very simple way to keep your dashboard clean is just to filter out the stuff that you're not interested in. Now, what you can also see is in the forming section, there are 12 reports that are forming right now. Initial balance, obviously, and all the sub-reports are forming. IB by rejection, same thing. Opening candle continuation, same thing. These are 12 more reports that are going to form in that first hour to get you more context. What you can also do is you can customize these to be whatever time frame you want. So IB by like standard IB is 1 hour. You can change that to be 30 minutes or whatever else you want. So this is just a little bit of a recap of the new what's in play. We're going to be adding the bias bar at the top, just so you guys know. So you can see all the like summarized bias the same way that you can on the screener. So I think that'll be really great.
Dude, we have, we got news in 13 minutes or so, but look at YM, bro. Whew.
So profit magnets on right over here. Profit magnets on X.
Yeah.
Just posted a comment here. Anyone else get burnt by that US 30 move? US 30 is
Dow, YM.
Dow. So, whoa, this is crazy.
Dude.
This is not what I was expecting to see in terms of a candle. Look at this 4-hour candle here. That is absolutely insane. So just one thing that I want to mention here. Let me switch this back to ES. I'm going to go to a solo chart, YM. Wow, what a candle. What is driving this?
That's crazy, eh?
But what you want to do before you enter a position is understand, and what you could do also is just go back to the beginning. I'm not sure profit magnets when you joined this, but what you can do is rewind on the stream and just look at what I was explaining right before the market opened, just a couple minutes before the market opened, with the different reports that are giving you a bias, right? So if you trade the Dow or the Russell or ES or oil or gold, like who cares what you trade, right? If you trade Forex or crypto or whatever else, there is a method to determine what should be your bias, right? Just because something has moved up a lot does not mean that it's going to continue. Doesn't mean that it's going to reverse. And the same thing goes if it's reversing, doesn't mean it's going to bounce. Like you don't want to just go based on momentum. You want to understand, okay, prices in this case obviously very bullish. Mondays are usually very bullish for other indices, but you can go through that checklist that I went through that in the right before the market opened to see what should I be looking for right now. Like across the board, everything on ES, I think I looked at NQ actually. Everything on NQ was saying bullish. Everything on ES, I didn't look at it, but I'm assuming will be similar to what NQ is showing as well. Now it's not always the same. So it's actually, the divergence can actually be pretty big. But if you go through that same process that I went through, if you just rewind on the stream, do that and just see what the data is showing for YM. Yeah. Because that's where you can really save yourself a lot of money. Because instead of just taking the shorts, you'd be like, okay, I might need to actually look for a dip to buy for continuation. But
agreed.
Yeah. I am actually.
They've got a tight opening range here on ES. I mean, the opening range at the moment's only 12 points. That's pretty small, bro. That's pretty small.
On ES.
Yeah.
On NQ, 130. NQ's is a little bit bigger. 0.5 over 0.5%. 0.53 is pretty big. But I do like the way that this on NQ kind of flushed here, and now it's just sitting. Now ES is reversing. But I'm interested to see how this kind of holds up.
Yeah, we got, as I said, we do have news in 10 minutes now. Bitcoin's trading above the 90K level too. Dude,
Finally.
silver's up 7% today.
Dude, get BTC back up to where it was before.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? And if people that are watching do this, immediately stop. Trading Bitcoin with like 50x leverage and just getting torched.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what are you guys doing? And hopefully nobody watching does that. But like, please don't do that. Like, what are you doing? That's crazy. Like something that moves the way that does, and you're trading with so much leverage, like you don't need that much leverage to make money. Like when you're trading with that much leverage, it's like total degenerate behavior.
Bitcoin, 50x leverage. Yeah, jeez. That thing already moves like 7-8% in a day, bro.
Yeah. ES looking like it's kind of pulling back more, like it's about to make a new low day, and NQ's holding up a little bit better.
Yeah, we're underneath that New York session VWAP, but we're above the daily VWAP at the moment. I'm fine with waiting to see until we get anything clean.
Let's see actually how this indicator does.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of interested in the longs here, but I don't want to be in a position during this data because I usually don't like to do that. But what we see here with our new fancy indicator is that, and this will be pretty useful to you, I think, it's above the New York Open, above the daily open, above the weekly open. Now, interestingly, ES is at the New York Open, and it's above the daily and weekly open. Yeah, degenerate behavior. 50x leverage on Bitcoin. You guys are absolutely out of your minds.
I saw a post the other day. The guy held like Bitcoin. He had like 10 billion. What was it? Like 10 billion, or it was definitely over $1 billion. It was either 10 billion or $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. He just sent it to a like exchange or another wallet without even doing a test.
Dude, I would never do that.
No, I'd never do that. I'll test it with like $500 first, bro.
Dude, I hate sometimes that like I'm obviously like very like tech oriented.
The balls of steel on that, bro.
Dude, I get so nervous like doing any of that. I get so nervous. I'm like, if this is wrong, if it freezes, if something happens, like all this money is gonna disappear. Like,
yeah, if you put in one number incorrect or of the wallet address or whatever,
I always like always copy paste. I never ever try to rewrite it manually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, copy paste. Yeah, I like NVDA for bounce off this opening range low. I think it's offering a nice long setup. We've kind of built. It's coming off the same level that we were looking at on Friday's base that we kind of formed. So I am watching that. So I do like that. I got my eye on that. So, but
dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit jealous that you can trade these like stocks. Indices or stocks like that. Like in no world would I ever trade. I would trade options. I mean, obviously I would trade options, but I would never trade the actual shares intraday ever.
Sure. Yeah.
Because it doesn't move. Like it doesn't move.
So cool.
Like if you want to make $1,000 to catch a $1, like if you want to catch a $1 move and make $1,000, you need to have 1,000 shares.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Like, that sucks.
Which on the video you'd have to buy like
190K.
Yeah.
You have to tie up $190,000 to make $1,000 capturing a $1 move. Like that's
pretty wild, bro. I mean, you can put in $1,000. You can put in $1,000 and make $1,000 on it.
Yeah, I personally, I think that that's one of the bigger downsides of trading equities. Now, obviously, the options are great. I think options are great, but the equities are very hard to trade if you're not using a lot of
leverage.
Yeah. So Seamus Tate, if you go to your indicators, invite only, you're going to see it right over here.
Yeah.
HTF, high time frame candles. Everyone has access. Anyone with an edgeful sub has access to the HTF candles indicator.
Yeah. We've got news now.
And by the way, just as we wait for the news here, if you guys don't like these white boxes or you want to remove them, just click this white thing and then just bring the opacity to 0. And then now it goes away. And then you just have to make your text white so you have the text obviously visible. Or if you don't want the text, if you don't want the countdown, which I obviously are the label of the time frame, you can also make that not visible, which I don't recommend that, obviously, but you can do whatever you want. What am I doing here? Wow, this price action is not ideal right now.
NASDAQ's still inside the opening range, bro. But I guess that's kind of expected for with news coming out in a bit. Probably just waiting.
I'm a little bit curious about. So we have ISM manufacturing in 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and 30 seconds. Hopefully that brings some life to this. I'm not going to lie, I am, as garbage as this price action has been, I am interested in the longs still at the moment.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I like NVIDIA for possible longs of this opening range low at the 190 level. We're sitting at 190 at the moment.
Would you want like a new low of day first and a buy and like a wick?
I just want a bullish rejection off of here. I think we've kind of wicked down, so.
What do you think? Like, as a person who uses VWAP, what do you think about this indicator right now? Like, what would you want to add, or nothing?
Bro, I think it's really more simple the better. I like it.
Okay.
I think if you add too many aspects to it, it overcomplicates it. I use VWAP every single day in my trading. I think that's perfect. Yeah, I like that you got the daily in New York, the weekly, and then you got the custom as well, so you can anchor that to anywhere. Okay, so a minute now till news. Yeah. NASDAQ still looks good for longs, bro.
Dude, I feel like this NQ long, like, I feel like it's just sitting here building up.
Yeah,
like all these moves lower are getting like bought up.
Look at the look at the 15-minute, bro. That looks very bullish for me, like what I'm seeing. We're kind of trying to pin lower, but we've been moving higher all of pre-market as well.
Yeah. So with the data coming out, I personally don't like taking trades through data. So we have 28 seconds here until the data comes out. If we get a pretty fast flash down, I will consider a long.
Yeah.
But I need to kind of gauge it as it happens.
Also got 30
so we got 5 seconds here until the data comes out. Be patient. Don't just blindly buy.
Look at that. Yeah, it wants to move higher, bro. I would have a pin to the high side. Yes, popping higher too.
Yeah.
NVIDIA, I like those NVIDIA longs off this level, but let's just see.
Wow, dude, look at this 1 minute. It looks absolutely horrible on ES and NQ.
On ES, yeah, it hasn't done much there.
So be patient, guys. Kind of like let this reaction to the news play out. And then you can always wait for more confirmation before you take a trade.
Yeah. Yeah, NQ is still inside its opening range, so
this is crazy. I mean, it's just this. It's been in a ES has been in a 4-point range this whole time.
Yeah. NQ literally traded, been trading in like a 60-point range as well. Yeah. Tesla is up 3.5% at the moment.
I kind of want to go long NQ right now, honestly.
Anyone else had any trends? James, how do you use ViewApp? Pretty simple. I use the New York session open ViewApp as well as the daily. So let's just quickly, I can quickly just show you my screen.
Pull up your screen.
Daily ViewApp is this black one using extended market hours, and then the New York is that blue one. If we're above it, I'm looking for longs. If I'm looking to buy or short at those levels. If we're below it, I'm looking to short. Right, so pretty simple, nothing too fancy. And then right now we are wicking the daily ViewApp and we're trading above the New York. So I'd like an extension higher. If we look at the 15-minute time frame as well, we look very, very nice pullback and now maybe a move higher. So that's what I'm looking at on NQ.
I do like the way these. The thing is, I think if I do take a long here, it'll have to be with a wider stop and lighter size because this.
Yeah, it's a lot of chop.
I don't want to be sitting in chop with like larger size, honestly, but
yeah.
I am interested in the longs overall right now.
Yeah, let's look at the 1 minute. Bro, I'm going to take a small long on NASDAQ. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it too. Okay,
I've got a long on NASDAQ. Let's see how it goes.
Are you targeting orb high?
Yeah, orb high would be first target, and then we'll take from there.
I'd like to see ES at 940. It's like a 1-to-1.
Yeah. There you go. Get a nice bullish 1 minute on the NASDAQ. Just can't fight this long bias that we got going on. We're trading above. Also, let's see what NVIDIA is doing at those lows. NVIDIA is still holding up at those lows.
Yeah. The longs here are pretty solid right now.
My entry on NASDAQ would be different on the CFD pricing, but we are going 625, so on NQ. Look at YM just ripping, bro.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely what's driving it?
I have no idea. We'll have to look on the screener.
I'm looking in top 10 stocks in YM.
Yeah.
NVIDIA, Apple. I mean, they're NVIDIA, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, TSM, Broadcom, Meta, Saudi Aramco, Tesla. But like, none of them are ripping right now. Oh, maybe Aramco is because of
the oil
Venezuela thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because they are an oil stock, right?
Yeah. Wait, what? It's actually down today, so I don't know why YM is ripping.
Yeah, what's the data showing today? Well, I like to look after the first hour, so we'll have to wait until that first hour.
This is kind of the pullback I'm looking for on ES right now.
Not NQ.
Well, yeah, but the stop is going to be wider.
Here. Sure. Yeah.
I just took a long here on ES at 42.25.
Yeah.
So right over here. My stop will be like 38, 30, like a 5-point stop here targeting a high. Now, I'm expecting this area to hold. If it doesn't hold, it's fine. But my stop right now is at 69.37.25. And lighter size for sure, but I'm looking for this to hold. This is like the type of pullback that I want, and I'm looking for continuation. I don't usually like to buy on like the move up. I like to buy on the pullback, looking for a good continuation in that direction. So yeah, I have a 5-point stop right now.
Nice.
Looking like if it really starts to dig back into this previous day's high and this entire consolidation that we built over the course of the morning, I'm going to be pretty confident that it's going to continue lower. But the data showing bullish. The major indices seem to have like built their base right now. So I just need NVIDIA to start to move up. Meta's moving up, Apple's moving up, Broadcom seems to be building or built its base. Google's like kind of neutral. Tesla's at the highs. So I think this is pretty solid right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, targeting 48.75-ish. That orb high.
NVIDIA building a little bit of a base as well.
So the only issue with ES right now is, and let me just clean this up for a second. So the only issue with ES right now is we don't really have too many targets, but we do have the orb by levels. So let me just put on my orb here. So we do have the orb by levels. So if I go over here and I scroll down and I target the so you can see the 0.5 and the 1x of the orb. And orb by levels. Just give me a second while I pull this up. Yeah, so really clean entry here. Like really, really, really good entry.
Yeah.
But this is like ideal situation for me. A move up in the direction, or a move in the direction that you want, and then kind of like a faster move against the direction to enter for continuation with like a solid stop like this. Honestly, Friday was like the most ideal situation of that.
Sure.
Where with the shorts, where I didn't take this. So there was like larger move down, an aggressive move up. I was looking to get short right over here. I was like, oh, I need my perfect entry at whatever, like a complete idiot, and missed the move down. But yeah, so, and now we're back at my entry. So that sucks. But
I still like it, bro. It looks good.
Yeah, I agree. But so going to.
So we got NASDAQ still holding up. YM's obviously just been ripping all morning, so that's a bit too far to be looking to do much there. And NVIDIA, if NVIDIA can bounce off its lows here, I think we definitely start to see the indexes start to. NASDAQ should take off then.
Yeah. So, wow, totally just gave back all those profits. But really what I'm looking at is on days that break only the orb high. Now, this is the 15-minute orb. I'll go to ES. I have a 0.2. I'll change my my numbers here. 0.2, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, right, and then the 1.
Give me a sec.
Go ahead. So pretty much what this report says, now keep in mind this is only days that break to one side of the orb, and I need to give me a second. Just changing some of my settings here. So by the way, I like the way that this is kind of like holding up. If it flushes down, not really the end of the world, but I am pretty confident here. It's still early, so we still have a move to make, but what we see here, now keep in mind, this is only days that break to the orb high. So obviously, these are going to be continuation days. But if you look at 0.2, so 0.2%, the indicator will plot these levels for you. The 0.2%, not percent, or extension is based on the size of the orb. So if you take 20% of the orb, that's going to be here. If you take 40% of the orb from the orb high, that's here. If you take, so let's just go to the 1 for a second. So you can see this orb is 12.75 points. So if I go from the orb high, 12.75 points higher, that is a one-time extension. So what we see here is it's very, very, very likely that it's going to go one orb higher than the orb. So that long, now again, this is only days that break to the top side of the orb, so keep this in mind. But what you can see here is I'm looking to capitalize on all the other bullish confluences, and then now I'm looking here to target the 0.2, the 0.4, the 0.6. I want to kind of see how this gets here, because this is not ideal the way that it's like consolidating right now. But looking at,
you're still long, yeah?
Yeah. I'm in slight profit right now, a couple points, but
nice. Yeah, I'm still in the green at the moment.
Yeah. So volume and range by weekday. What we see here, Mondays have way lower volume on average for ES, way lower range on average than Fridays. So you have to consider that you are going to get a little bit choppier price action here on these days.
Look at the 1 minute looks very, very nice on the NASDAQ now. If it can just look at that,
Yeah.
how we're holding above New York Open VWAP. Like, look at this. Let's just, so this is my trade here. Look how since I've taken the trade, we're still holding above this VWAP. Now, if we can just get a move higher above the 650 level, I think we could see a nice move to the high side. So let's see. I'm still holding.
Oh my God. What a reversal on ES right now.
Yeah,
I'm going from like.
I still like the longs, bro. Hold. I still like it.
No, I'm not getting out.
Let's see, yeah.
But I'm not getting out, but I keep going from like in profit to
negative.
break even. No, I'm not getting out. But the thing, also something else is that people will move their stops so quickly.
Dude.
Most people move their stops way too fast. And
yeah, you don't give yourself a chance to actually, they just micromanage too much. Yeah. It used to be me all the time in my trading. Like, I'll try and add to my trades, try and be fancy with it. And then when I realized, dude, just take one position that you're comfortable size, know where your stop is, and just let it be. The worst you can do is lose the amount of money that you risked on. That's it.
Yeah.
But if you keep adding to a position, you can get stuffed, bro.
Yeah. And look here, let's go back to a 1 minute for a second on ES. How many times since I entered was I up? I mean, now granted, this is only 5 points, but like up 5 points, back to break even. Up 5 points, back to break even. Up 5 points again 1 second ago, and now up 3 points. Like, most people would have been like, oh, I'm up 5 points, I'm moving my stop.
Yeah.
And if you move your stop, you'd be out. And I mean, again, maybe I'll get stopped out for a full loss on this trade, but like, a lot of people move their stops too quickly. And for anyone who struggles, if you're trading NQ and not ES, just do yourself a favor for 1 month. Just trade ES and not NQ, because it's so much harder to trade NQ than it is to trade ES because of how much the point values are. Like, the ranges are so much bigger, and the
volatility.
The volatility is just so much higher, and you need to be able to afford such a larger stop. And that's why I always say, like, James is like, oh, I like NQ longs. I'm like, well, I'm not taking a 70-point stop.
Yeah.
Because like a couple minis and like
I can.
yeah, like a couple minis and like it's a decent chunk of money that you're risking there. So like, I'm not interested in that. Like, I'm not interested in risking 70 points. Like, I'd rather get a better entry. My ideal stop is 50 points, but still, sometimes I'm like, oh, like I wish it was like closer to 35 or 40. But then the other side of that is you're also using, sometimes people are like, oh yeah, 10-point stop on NQ. I'm like, guys, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, there are 30-second bars that are more than 10 points.
I'm sorry, but I don't, a 10-point stop on NQ, bro. You literally could blink and be out of the stop out. Yeah.
Like, I'll go to a 10-second chart.
10-second chart, dude.
10-second chart. There's a 27-point candle here.
Dude,
another one here, this red bar, 22 points.
I think that if more people looked at like you would see, for me, my intraday charts, I use a 5 minute to enter and execute. I think more traders, if they use like higher time frames, like not down to the 1 minute, they would actually do better and stopping getting induced and so forth.
Bro, it would be so much better. Like, if you can lock, like if there was a way to lock the actual time frame on your chart. Imagine if there was a way where you can like lock the 1 minute, the 30-second. Like, I'm on a 1 minute right now.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I'm used to it. Like, I don't really care about the 1 minute. Like, once I'm in a trade, I always go to higher time frames. I never go down when I'm in the middle of a trade. I will always go up in time frame. But even looking here, like, this trade looks so solid that for anyone who took it. Now, granted, these streams are not meant for people to copy our trades. Let's make that extremely clear. These streams are meant to show you guys, number one, how we trade and the logic that we use to trade. So we both have a long bias. If you guys rewind, you'll see for the last hour, we've been talking about how all the data is pointing to the bullish side, to the top side. And now we're using our subjective entry methods to capitalize on that. And I'm using right now the order by levels, which touch the 0.2% or 0.2 extension. Maybe I'll look to take my profits at the 0.4. If it gets if it starts to build up above these highs, that's when I'll start to move my stop up.
Yeah.
Like right now, I would be okay moving my stop up to the 39s, which is what I'm going to do right now.
Look at the 50-minute chart even. Like if you just slow things down, you like look at the 50-minute chart. We look pretty decent on the 50-minute chart as well for longs. So like what I mean by that is, let me just show you.
Yeah, pull up your screen.
Look at the 50-minute time frame. Look at this. We wicked down. We wicked the daily VWAP, which is that black dotted line. And now we're looking pretty good to make a new high of day. You know, when you're in a trade and you long and it's making a new high of day, that's like confirmation just to say, listen, just give this a little bit more time. It looks good. Let's see if we can get some extension now.
Yeah. And I see Kowalski here was talking about time frame as a personal thing. Since I'm using edgeful 90% on the 1 minute chart, I don't need higher time frames. I totally agree with this, by the way. Totally personal. You guys watch my streams. I know Kowalski are in here like pretty much every day. I usually have the 1 minute up. The 1 minute is also very easy to like overthink the position you're in, like the positions that you're in at the moment. That's why if someone is newer, I will not recommend them to use a 1 minute. The reason that using the lower time frames will get you to set your stops in less reasonable areas. Also, James, where are you targeting, by the way?
All high. So I'm going to be looking to cover a bit. I just want to get up to about 670, and then I want to cover, and then we'll see what else we get out of the move.
Like I don't know. I'm up 8 points now. I feel like I should do something.
Yeah,
here.
I'm up 25 points at the moment. Not ideal, but we're still in the green. So we'll see what.
I moved my stop now to break even. Up being up 8 points.
Yeah.
Now, there's something that I'm doing right now that I probably should not be doing. My entire trading style is set a target and take full profits at that target. I usually hate to I don't like to capture like on ES, like a 25-point move. I really don't like to do that. What I'm doing right now is it reached my initial target of 0.2 and I didn't do anything. Now it's really close to it's 1 point away from my second target.
Sure.
I'm still not doing anything. Like, should I just take profits now? And this is, nobody has the answer, obviously, but like, should I take profits now? Because that's the way that I trade. That's my trading style is like, I don't go for bigger moves. I like to use bigger size with smaller moves. Because I think it's easier and more consistent to catch smaller moves with bigger size. But I don't know. Like, I have a great entry here and I kind of don't want to give that up. You know, like I have such a good entry. I have like an ideal entry right now, and I don't really want to give that up. Because if this continues, personally, I'm not going to be super upset, but the data is telling me that today's going to be a very bullish day. I still think that there's going to be continuation to the top side on NQ, which will obviously drag up ES. And the IB is going to form in, I know Zinc is paying attention, but the IB is going to form in 6 minutes. The low formed first. There's going to be a green opening candle for the most part. That means a target of break of the IB high. I'm already in, right? Looking for the continuation. So I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, it's a different trade. Now I'm trying to like turn this trade into a bigger trade, but I don't usually do that. So I don't know. Just something to consider.
I think if NVIDIA bounces off the opening range low, we definitely will see the Nasdaq start to pick up some momentum. We're still looking good though.
What I'll do is I'll move.
Yeah, NVIDIA is trying to.
I'll move my stop into profit by just a couple points to 44.
Yeah,
and then I'll just let this run. Which again,
you have the RB setting in the next 6 minutes, so we can look at the screen.
Yeah, I do not do. I'm not very good at trailing my stops. I'm not very good at those, at like capitalizing on those days where like
Where
if you put the
yeah,
like I'm not very good at that. But like the thing is, like now, if it starts to fall and it takes me out for a 2-point gain when I was up 8 points, like I'm gonna be pretty pissed, honestly.
sure.
So my stop is now in profit for 2 points at 44. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, if NVIDIA can pick up right now, that would be awesome. I think it's basing out pretty
It's
well.
basing out a little bit. Yeah, it did that, one of those where you take the lows and let's see if it can continue to. I mean, everything's pointing higher, bro. Like, you know, Tesla's up.
And just look at these like, dude, look at the 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour. Like these are super bullish right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I'm still in this trade. I don't have a profit target set. I don't have like an order placed, which again, I never do. But my stop is in profit by 2 points.
Jeez,
yeah, if NVIDIA can really pick up here, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not really concerned about anything else, honestly.
Yeah. Wime's just up 1.32%, a casual 1.32, and we up at all-time highs on it, bro. So
it's definitely new high day again on YM.
Yeah. It's definitely something that and all-time highs as well. It's definitely something that I want to mark up today. This is my advice to people in 2026 if they've been struggling, is mark up plays that you missed. You know, train the eyes to start to see them. Because I think if you can do that, for me personally at least, it starts to help me understand, okay, this looks like my best plays and so forth, right?
Okay. My stop is now at the orb high. Because we're getting that move.
Boom. Okay, I'm out at 670 for half, and now I'm going to trail my stop. There we go. So we've just crashed to the opening range high. I'm going to take out half, maybe 70%, and then I'll trail. Nice, bro. Good trading.
Yeah, dude. What entries? Like, what great entries?
Yeah, we had to sit through it. This is my trade. Yeah, I've just taken off half. Okay. Orb high. I think I actually took a little bit more, but we'll say that for now. And then I'm just going to look to trail and see if we can get a move higher. But basically, everything's pointing along the direction for me. Yeah. We're above, with the edgeful data, we're above the VWAPs, and I'm looking to continue riding that trend. Only thing I didn't like about this NASDAQ trade is that we're still inside the opening range. But for that, I'm still happy to put on risk, start off the Monday, and get green with André on stream.
Yeah. My stop is now at 69.50. So I'm just trailing this at 69.50. I still have my whole position. I'm not trimming anything right now. Sure. But 69.50 is my new stop. So guaranteed 8 points or 7.75 points. My entry was at 42.25.
Nice.
Yeah, bro. But like if we can, like if NQ picks up, did NVIDIA just bounce? Is that why what's good?
And NVIDIA is bouncing off its opening range low, yes.
Yeah. Like if NQ can hit that previous day's high, that'll drag up ES a lot. Yeah. And that's where, and we have the IB forming in 1 minute now too. I think it'll be a little bit more of a mixed bag, but yeah, dude, like this is right here. I think we got some room here to run.
Yeah, if NVIDIA bounces with this, we'll see stocks starting to soar for sure.
Yeah.
The rest of the other stocks. I mean, Tesla's up almost 4%, bro.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, this is great for our trades right now.
Oh yeah.
And I need to make another coffee. Dude, you don't drink coffee. That's absolutely insane.
No, I do drink coffee in the mornings. I need to start having afternoon coffees too.
No, you should not have coffee actually like 8 hours
Dude,
before
but
you
the
go to
thing is,
sleep.
I trade in the afternoons. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. You
So,
might
like,
need to start.
like otherwise you have that afternoon crash, bro. If I
Yeah.
don't get any form of like caffeine in the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm chilling. 3-second IB high break on. Yeah, zinc. Not much opportunity there, but I'm still sitting in these longs right now. I'm currently up 12 points. I don't really know where to target, to be honest. I'm obviously using the orb by levels.
Yeah.
But really, which is weird, but really my target on ES is when NQ breaks the previous day's high. Which is like,
Sure.
I'll just cut my ES when NQ breaks previous day's high, which is actually a lot further than I'm it's 130 points up. But or maybe I'll just keep trailing my stops, whatever. I'm gonna make another coffee.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So we got Robin Hood moving higher. We got a few stocks that are really setting up quite nicely. Anyone had any trades with us in the on the NASDAQ and that? Interested to see that. But yeah, I think some nice trades that we've taken this morning. Do you have a trade London session? Jess, I used to stream in the London session, but I kind of just moved to trading only New York session on American stocks and indexes. So no trading in the London session. You can't do both. Me being in South Africa, otherwise I'm just on the desk all the time, and that can get very mentally taxing, right? So yeah, just New York session for me. I think the best thing to do is just pick a time that you're going to trade. Okay, you're going to trade the first 3 hours of the New York session and do that. It's just a lot easier to manage. Long MES got some limit orders on for retracements. Brilliant. I mean, Tesla's now up 4.1%. That's looking fantastic to move higher. I did say earlier that I think Tesla's a great buy at these levels on the high time frame perspective. So that's looking great. We got NVIDIA starting to pick up now, 2 off the orb low. If NVIDIA picks up, we'll definitely get continued longs on the indexes. So I'm still trailing my stop on NASDAQ. Yeah, great. Big hottie Scotty. See. Nice, bro. Good stuff.
I want to try. I want to move my stop up again, but I feel like it's a little bit too soon on ES because my stop's at 50 right now.
Sure.
Should I move it to 52? Right over here.
Well, this really does look great for longs, I must say.
So if I move my stop here, yeah, I'll move my stop up to 52 now. I mean, it's really not a great place to put your stop, to be honest, because if it's going to pull back to a certain area, it's probably going to be there. But I just don't want to be greedy with this because I am up really nicely right now.
Sure.
Yeah, I just need NVIDIA
my NQ orb just went off.
Oh, perfect.
Because the 5 minute only closed now. Yeah, the 5 minute only
Let's
closed.
get that move higher.
Yeah.
I actually much prefer to be short, to be honest.
What? Like now?
No, not right now. No,
Oh,
definitely
like in
not right
general.
now.
Yeah.
In general, I
Yeah.
really like to be short over being long.
Yeah, shorts do like move a bit faster. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like they, yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like I'm about to get stopped out on this 52 right here. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just don't, I'm not going to, I haven't taken any partials or anything, so I don't want to let
So you
this
just
pull
trailed
back.
the whole position, yeah.
Because everything is pointing bullish right now. Like there's not really too big of a reason for me to trim at the moment.
Sure.
But my full position will be out here at the 52 spot if it gets there. Yeah, but I'm seeing like even this little pullback is seeming to be bought up a little bit. Now NVIDIA is really the only thing that's like ruining this.
Yeah,
from being
I mean,
like an extremely clean long.
Yeah, long.
day.
But I mean, NVIDIA is still sitting at very, very strong support at that 190 level. So, I mean, if we bounce
there's
there,
there's my trailing stop. So that was a 10-point move on ES. Watch it perfectly bounce and just continue higher now.
Yeah.
I said before that was like it was not a good spot to trail, but this is, which I mentioned before, this is against my trading style, so I don't really like to do that. Meaning, like, I like to set a target, take profits of target, like full in, full out. And what I've actually noticed is that on these streams, I've not done that. So I want to do that. I want to stick to my style more.
Can you check what's in play, NQ orb size? Yep, can bring it up. Can also look at the RB set now, André. So we can have a look at the RB too.
Yeah.
The screener. Let's go with daily bias. Yeah, I mean, look at this on the screener, bro. Yeah, you want to be long.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, of course. Like the data showing now, there could be a pullback. Obviously, there's just been a complete, like a huge run. But yeah, it's the bias is long for sure. Yeah, NVIDIA is really the only thing that's dragging this down right now.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still had opening range low on it, so I'm still going to be watching it potentially for an entry. I do like the level that it is at for the longs. I think it's at quite a nice zone to be looking to long. So yeah, I'm going to get full out of my Nasdaq position. Yeah, it's coming back, but I'm just gonna get out, and then I'll look for any potential re-entries of that nature.
Yeah.
I think it's not part of the Monday with the win. So okay, I'm full out on Nasdaq. Let's see how much I got on that. That's nice. Nice trade to start the week.
Yeah. So
hope you guys got some of those longs with André now. I think that was pretty easy. Looking at the bias and everything like that.
Yeah, just like understanding how the data works and applying it. I think that, I mean, you arguably could not have had a better entry than the ones that we took, but I'm just wondering, like, is everything kind of exhausted right now? Like, what's going on with NVIDIA? So I'm out. I'm not in a position right now, but you there, James? You're kind of getting cut out, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I lagged.
Okay.
I lagged for a second as well.
You're good.
Yeah, there you go. Just taking a screenshot of that of the screener. I think that's like textbook, bro, where the screen is like favoring one side. You trade in that direction. You don't want to overcomplicate things. Now, we're not saying that it's going to work all the time, but I think it's just a lot easier just when you get the data in your favor and you don't fight that, you know. I see a lot of the time, like that's why I'm a big advocate for coming into the day with like a bias, like a preferable bias that you'd like to trade it towards, using data and the edgeful screener and that, because that's, you don't want to go against like obvious longs where the data's telling you, like, you know, 7 different things telling you, dude, buy, you know?
Yeah, it's I know it's hard to like do it in practice, but the more discipline that you build with it, that's like just the way to do it, to be honest. Like, you just have to build the discipline, and that's the way to do it. Is NVIDIA like destroying everything right now? Like, what is happening?
And NVIDIA still wants to hold up. It hasn't. Like,
well, Apple's kind of rolling right now, but
yeah, but Apple is trading weak to start.
Yeah, Broadcom's, everything else looks strong still, but
like this.
Yeah, that IB break on NQ also kind of sucks when that happens, when it like sets and then immediately breaks. That's like not ideal, obviously. It doesn't really. Yeah, Zinc, no trade for you today. Yeah, I think that we got pretty good. I mean, the entries that we took were arguably, like, they couldn't have been better, but yeah, I would not look to be like looking for longs right now.
Yeah.
I just want to, if you're in a trade, then that's great, but. Kind of like, the selling pressure is like kind of stepping up, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the indexes. Every single time they come back down, they're just a bit higher.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you're scalping, like getting a decent short here, scalping, like NVIDIA is looking for a new low of day. Meta's rolling, Apple's rolling, Broadcom's kind of rolling. And again, this is scalping, but.
Yeah. Yeah, have a good one, Mr. Zink. We'll see you on stream tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, NVIDIA now trading underneath opening range though, so that's maybe why we're getting a little bit of a pullback on the indexes, but
yeah.
I wouldn't just go and sell though. That must be said.
Yeah, no, for sure. You don't want to just go short here. I mean, I'm curious to see. I mean, wow, What a bounce.
Dude, Robinhood's up 5% today.
Let's see. Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually had an alert after it had reached, I think it was like 120 or something. I had an alert at 100 and it was at 170. It was like roughly 120. I had an alert here and I was like, should I buy it? Should I not buy it? And I didn't buy it.
Sure.
And I don't know. I just don't really like this type of, like, I don't love this type of run. Like this chart, in my opinion, is not the best chart to be. I mean, like, there's clearly a catalyst. There's clearly something here, but like, I'm not too big of a fan of like going long on a chart like this up here.
Yeah,
but
no, yeah, I know what you're saying, but geez, look at the hourly chart, bro. Look at that wick, and we just continuing to soar. Look at that. We kind of are basing out though, like on an hourly time frame. I get what you're saying though on like I mean, daily chart doesn't look too. What time frame were you looking at there? Is this?
That was the weekly. The weekly.
This is oh, you were looking at the weekly. Yeah. This is the daily.
I'm seeing.
Like I do like that position where we are at the daily. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of basing out at that 120 level.
Hold on one sec. I just see that people are saying going back to midnight is wrong on where? On ES?
Let's have a look. Let's get your screen up. There you go.
0.32.
Bro, that's I just can't believe how it just ripped like that from the open, like 300 points. There you go. So here's my P&L for the day so far. I'm up $2,000 across all my accounts, personal and prop.
Beautiful, dude.
So we'll take that. I do want to get that. YM markup today. Algo is still in those longs, bro.
Dude, let's send it higher.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Let me just pull up your screen one sec while I make a note of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just having a look at Palantir. Palantir's up almost 4%. Rivian's up. Rivian on daily time frame still looks really, really nice. We're kind of breaking out where we've been trading in the teens for quite some time. And we did get above that 20 level in the last, but watching Lorna still feels like Greek. But it's super fascinating. Look forward to the day that makes sense. Yeah. What's up, Ramon? Good to have you on. That's one of my mates.
What's up? By the way, for anyone who's watching, please make sure to subscribe to wherever you're watching.
Yeah.
Follow and subscribe.
Yeah.
While I do this.
Yeah, Ramon, go back and watch I don't know if you're watching from the start, but the NASDAQ trade that I took, the ES trade that Andre took, and it's just NASDAQ and ES is on, I think on your broker, you'll be US 100 and US 500. It's just the NASDAQ and S&P 500. It's just the futures contracts names of them. Still watching the video at that level, 190. We hold 190. This is where we based out on Friday.
Yeah, for anyone who missed the longs is tempted to take a short right now, just be really careful, to be honest. Just to call, I'm only calling it out because I know that there are definitely people who are interested in that. And I just want to
Yeah, stocks
that
are still
out.
pointing that we want to be buying, right? We want to be in the trend.
Yeah.
What's AMD doing? AMD also forming like a base here. So if NVIDIA bounces, AMD will bounce.
Okay.
You got everything.
So
open.
just so you guys know, I made a note to the dev team about the ICT sizes.
Yeah.
Just trying to clean up the charts now.
See, look at this bounce. Every single time we come low on NQ, look, we're just bidding back up. This is a great, still great, looking good for longs. That commentary was for me. I want to short back to midnight open, but maybe I'll wait until take out a key level. Yeah. Yeah. Be careful going against that trend. Everything's pointing higher today. I mean, it's tough to find a short when Tesla and NVIDIA are both in the green. That's just what from our personal experience. Like when you are trading the indexes and you're looking to go against like what the Mag 7 are doing, it's always tough. I mean, Amazon's up 2.5. The only ones that are red on the day is Apple and Microsoft, and they're not even more than 1% in the red.
I don't consider whether they're red or green on the day. I consider more like the direction. I'll pull up my screen one sec.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I have this view on TradingView just to see what like the big movers are doing. And really what I pay attention to is like, are they near low of day, high of day? Like, what are they doing? Like Tesla, obviously ripping. Like NVIDIA, the opposite, right? And like Google's kind of nowhere. And that's what I look for. I don't look at like, is one green or is one red? But yeah, this commentary is for me. I'll just pull up that comment. Yet like I'm also in that bucket a lot where I'm like, well, I didn't get the entry on the longs, and now I want to be like, I want to be in a trade, but I missed the move onto the long side. So now let's just like flip the position and take shorts now.
Yeah.
I've actually done that. I don't even know. I wish I could not do that anymore, but like I have done that so many times, it's like hard to explain. But you don't want to fight this. Like emotionally, you're like, well, it's made its move. Now it's time to reverse. And that's where you got to be careful, because it's not necessarily time to reverse. The market doesn't care about your account or that you missed the trade. It has no idea that you missed a trade. What's important is that you take a position that has good logic. And if you take a loss on it, that's totally fine, right? Like it's okay to take a loss if your logic is good, but it's not okay to take a loss if you're like tilting. Would you go long again if NQ gets back to 41? So 41 here. So 41 looks, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good spot. The problem is you got to like see kind of how it gets there, because 41 would be kind of like similar to this like 48 area on ES ish ballpark. The thing you got to be careful of is where are you putting your stop here at the 41s on NQ, right? So midpoint of the orb, 30-point stop, not bad, but there's kind of this shelf here of like nothing. So if price does kind of fall here, you setting a stop like a 15-point stop is not, you can't do that. So you're going to have to leave a 30-something point stop if you want to get long at 40s-ish. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of concerned with this type of price action now to the long side, just in the short term, meaning like scalping, because ES has tried to go higher. 1, 2, like this is the third time it's revisiting the downside now to this zone. But I do see here on ES something like this, which is actually nice for the longs. I don't really see it as clean on NQ. If I were to do something, it would look a little bit like this, right? So some consolidation. I mean, you could even extend this backwards a little bit, but some consolidation here, a move up, a retest, a move higher, a retest. Like you can get, and you did get a little bit of a retest here, but getting something like this would be nice. It's not going to be that clean, probably. Same thing here for.
Look at NVIDIA bouncing off the lows now.
Yeah, this is something you want to see for sure right now on the long side.
So bouncing off of the opening range low on NVIDIA, opening range lows at 189.74. If we get above that VWAP, I would definitely like something like this on NVIDIA. Something like this, where we get back above that level, get a little slight pullback, and we look for longs back up at the opening range high at 193.50. That's what I'll be looking for. But we got 3 more minutes here until we can call it, Andrew. I think we've had a good trading session, bro. I mean, we've taken good trades, made money. So hopefully we can. We'll see what happens. Normally, like if I've locked in green, I might go trade like smaller on another account later on in the session. But for the most time, I'm just going to head off the desk and then do my daily report card at the end of the day. Journal and do what I need to.
What I think everyone should have is a separate account that they switch to after their main account. You take a good trade.
Yeah.
So what that means is today, James and I, we caught this great move, right? Right over here, I targeted 50, right? It was like an 8-point move. This was pretty much the trade that I had taken. Now, I left a lot of money on the table. Looking back, left literally half my profits on the table. But whatever. I actually moved my stop back to 50 and got stopped out right over here. But or actually, I think it was 52. It was 52, right? Yeah, let me check.
Yeah, I think 52, yeah.
Yeah, 52 even. Okay, so I didn't leave that much on the table. I took a 10-point trade on ES. But the idea is I don't want to mess around with this now. So what I can do, or what I recommend that you guys do, is let's say you took this trade or you took a similar trade. You now have a green day. Trade a separate account, right? A paper account even. Like there's nothing wrong with trading a paper account. Practice is always good. Trade a paper account just to scratch that itch if you are looking to trade more. If you are red on the day, but let's say you were long bias in the morning, but you got stopped out. Now you're aggravated because price is going up. It's in your favor. You're correct on the direction, but your execution was off and now you're red. Trade a paper account. Trade a different account. Have an account, a futures account with whatever, $500 in it that you use to scratch the itch if you're not in the best mental state. That's really key, honestly. It'll save you so much money, especially when you're aggravated. Have an account that has like not a lot of money in it, that if you blow the whole thing, it'll ruin your day, but like it's not going to change your life. And go trade that one. Like right now, I'm not taking any more trades. I'm done. And if I were to take a trade, it would be with way smaller size on a different account. But yeah, I hope that anyone who is red, please be really careful about the trades that you take following tilting, right? Tilting might not always feel like you're in like full rage mode, but you can start to tell when you're tilting. Like you start to take these really, really big position size, very small stop. Like just please be careful. Just even close for 5 minutes, close your trading view, your broker, whatever it is. Just literally just like get up and like take a lap in the room that you're in, and it'll help you at least a little bit. So That's the logic there.
I think we can end on that. I think it's been a great session. You guys take any trades today? Yo, Mark, if you that's funny, dude. Yeah, we got longs on the Nasdaq, and I'll go long on Nasdaq, and André go long on ES. You can go back and rewatch, boss. But yeah, I hope that you guys have a great rest of the day. I think that's a good way to end it off on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, have a good rest of the session, guys. We'll see you all on Friday again, but we have Mr. Zink coming on tomorrow through Thursday. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys all then. And then again, before we leave, don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.